Hey there, paper geeks and glitter nerds, it's Søstrene, the crazy geek crafter. Let's make a wedding gazebo, as I call it, or a bandstand, as Jennifer Maker, the designer of this file, calls it. I'm using these papers for the project. And to return to the design, Jennifer Maker is a YouTuber and a teacher who shows you just about anything you can do with any product made by the company Cricut. But I have a brother, ScanNCut, and therefore I can also cut these things because she makes everything that she makes available for people in SVG as well as the Cricut format. Since SVGs are universal, I can put them into my program for my brother ScanNCut and then edit it and print it. You do have to be a little bit careful about scale. Sometimes something happens when you switch programs with SVGs and the scale can be off. But since I knew that everything had to print at a 12 by 12 size, it was pretty easy to resize the file to fit my cutting plate. I'm also making a whole lot of leaves like you just saw. And here's the, I think it's the base of the, it's the base of the project. It didn't cut completely through, so I'm just going in and cutting. Now this project is from last year actually. If you saw my card with fairies, I can't even remember when I published that one, but that's the same couple as got this design because they were getting married in a gazebo. The cut file is pretty easy to use. I did make a few changes to it. I only know I spent time doing it. I can't remember what exactly I did. So if anything looks different from the files you would get from Jennifer Maker, I'll leave a link in the description, of course. It's all her credit for this very wonderful 3D element. If you see anything that's different, that's because I have a tiny bit of technical knowledge and know how to change up my SVG cuts. Unless something has changed within the last year, I haven't actually checked. There's no video on how to assemble this, but the instructions on the website is very nice and step by step with pictures of everything, so it was really not that hard to do. It's a very nice project. The only reason why it took me as long as it did was because I wanted to embellish it. And you'll see that later. That is actually the part that took, I think, the longest time, was to make all the flowers and the leaves and shape them and then put them on the gazebo. In the debate of Cricut versus Brother, there is one thing I'm missing with the Brother, and it's a scoring feature. I know the Cricut has one. I don't know how good it is, but what I do instead is one of two things. I can put in pencil marks, very light pencil marks on the cut, and then I can redo the score lines afterwards. I've also found that I can use a tiny ball tool and put the pressure really high, and then I can kind of see the score lines depending on the cardstock, and then I can reinforce them afterwards. But yeah, that is one of the few complaints I have with my brother. It cannot do score lines very well, and that's why you'll see me redo everything, every single one of these score lines, just to be sure that they are nice and easy to fold. Since everything is so easily put together, I will not be doing a full voiceover for this video. I don't know what to talk about for that long, but I will be popping back in if there's anything I think needs further explanation. There was of course music, and I hope you will enjoy the process even without me talking your ear off. I think I'll try to shut up now. just cutting in here. The vellum pieces you can actually cut with your cutting machine. That's how Jennifer Maker does it, but I figured it would be easier to just cut it by hand. That, and I was afraid that there was going to be residue of glue on my vellum and that it would show, so I figured this was the safer way to do it. Since all of the cuts are just squares, I didn't have any problems. again, if you're new to this channel, you may not know this, but every time I assemble a gift like this, I want to make extra sure that it stays together for the longest time, and I don't have to come back and re-glue it. So I use both red tape for the instant hold, and I use liquid glue for the long-term hold. And I do not use tearing tape because all the brands I have tried, they make grease marks on my cardstock after a few years, and that's really not very nice to look at. I have had no problems with the red tape so far. I have plenty of things I have made that has stood around for years and years, and so far it has not done what I see with the tearing tape. So that's why I am using both red tape and liquid glue. It's for the ease of making it with the red tape, because then it sticks together. Well, instantly. That's the word. Sorry, it just escaped me. Instantly, and then the glue will hold it forever and ever, hopefully. So far, I haven't had to fix any of my 3D creations, and I have made a few over the years. For instance, there's a church that I made. I know that one is still in one piece, and that is it 10 years? It's getting there at least. So things should hold with red tape and liquid glue. I'm just gonna shortly demonstrate what I did with all the leaves and all the flowers, and I did this on my couch. I bent the leaves over this triangular ruler, and all of the flowers were giving a press with either ball tool or the end of my quilling stick here, because it's rounded. The bigger flowers needed the quilling stick, and the smaller ones just got the dotting tool. But I did that on my couch. You may be wondering why I am making these pieces so very thick, and that is actually because I want them to be able to stand on their own inside the gazebo. They'll not be in much danger of being knocked over, but because they have a wide base, there's more for the glue to grab onto from the couple, the silhouette, to the base of the gazebo. And since it's inside the gazebo, I'm not that worried about anyone knocking it over. It will need a little bit of support when I glue it in until the glue sets. But that's it, and so far, no problems, as far as I know. I wanted vines to trail up my gazebo. It was a way to personalize this as well as, well, give it a bit of whimsy, as you'd call it. And this is my favorite way of making vines. I wet the cardstock so that the fibers are easily manipulated, and then I twist it upon itself. Sometimes I put glue in the crevices. It all depends on how stubborn they are. And then I can easily twist and turn it up the gazebo in this instance, and add flowers and leaves to it. I did not plan on doing the vines to cover up this mistake I made where I didn't line up the two edges, or cover them beforehand. If I had covered them beforehand, that would have been so much easier. But that's not why I wanted to make the vines, but it did dictate how they were gonna move on the gazebo. But I think I made it look like it was kind of random, so that's good. So if you are doing this with a dark roof or dark sides, remember to cover the core of the paper before you glue it together. That's just my advice, because I didn't have anything that truly color matched this. The lines got really dark where I drew on the cardstock. So, and it's not as visible. Excuse me, not as visible. I lost my train of thought. As visible when I could hold the paper up and do it on the side, but because I had already glued these together, it showed a bit more. So, just a heads up. We are coming up on the end. I hope you enjoyed this video, that you'll go see what else Jennifer Maker makes, because she is quite fabulous and she does share just about everything for free. And I really appreciate that, because I needed some help with this project. If I had to do this from the ground up myself with the cutting files, it would have taken forever. So I appreciate this so very much, and I really do like following her channel. So that's just a shout out from me to Jennifer Maker with this video. I hope you enjoyed this process and that you'll be back for another one. Until then, I hope you'll be having a good day, evening or night. På gensyn.